So I want to share a personal story, and this is around my tapering. Um, I have someone very near and dear to me in my life, and this person actually lived with my husband and I for close to a year during my tapering experience. And this was at the time when I was in the throes of the worst of it, some of the darkest days. I mean, the worst of it. And this person knew me well before I was medicated. And this person had the experience then of knowing me medicated. And they also had the joyful experience of living in my home during the worst bits of my tapering process. And I'm embarrassed to admit this, but my behavior towards them and my husband and others during the worst parts of it, they were the recipient of my distress and my deeply unwellness and my um unhealed stuff. This person went on to um go out and venture on their own, and they also had their challenges and opportunities for growth and healing. And during that time, when they were living with me, I was very angry and I said, don't ever take medication. This is the worst. Don't ever do this to yourself. Just all the things that we say when we are angry and tapering. And this was all a lie, and I was lied to, and no one told me X, Y, and Z. And now I'm in this situation, and it's going to take me forever to get off these medications. And don't, everything that we say. I think we're all familiar with the things that we say in the throes of all of this, and even on the other side. Okay. And I'm not saying that anger isn't warranted, and I'm not saying that anger is unhealthy. Yeah, we have a reason to be angry. We sure enough do. And we need to allow ourselves to be angry. And that's part of having the human experience. And it's part of what maybe some of us medicated away, right? The ability to really be angry. So anger is warranted, it's valid. Um, but how long do we stay there? And to what degree do we let the anger impact us and continue to impact us, or to continue to operate from? Only we know this. I'm just throwing it out there. But for me, staying angry did not serve me personally. And railing against psychiatric medications did not serve me in a very personal way, to the point where this person that I care very deeply about and is very important to me found themselves choosing to take medication. But they could not share that fact with me because they knew my experience. They were there. They lived in the house with me, okay? They chose to take medication because that was the right path for them with where they were at that time and what experiences they were having. But they actually avoided me for a long while until I got until I got clued in that they're probably not that busy. Something else is going on. Because I held that dogmatic personal pain, personal experience anger, because I held on to it to the point that it no longer served me. And it impacted the life of another person in my world that matters to me. That impacted our relationship. Nah, it's time to go. It's time to let that shit go. It's time to come to a more balanced perspective. That might have been a portion of my experience, but I still need to let other people make their own choices, their own decisions about what is right for them in whatever place they are at the time. I don't know. I'm not living their life. I don't know what distress a person is in. I don't know what that person's goals are. All this to say, it is not up to me to determine what another person should do. Whether I've had experience on the subject or not. Because I've got enough going on concerning myself with my own self and staying aware and conscious of my own stuff. I don't have the time or energy, nor is it any of my business, to think I know what someone else should be doing. So a balanced perspective is, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, first of all. And secondly, regardless of our personal experiences, we need to let others have their own experiences and make their own choices. And if it ends up badly, do not say to them, I told you so. I tried to warn you, because that is not helpful and it's not loving. When I was little, and I think this is fairly common, my mother would say, don't do X. Okay. But words don't teach. Not my phrase. I'm borrowing it, but it is true. How often do we need to put our hand on the stove and burn ourselves, or whatever other action we need to take to see for ourselves, right? To have our own experiences. And I don't know what this person's experience is going to turn out to be like. But regardless, I'm still going to love them and support them and not condemn them and not say, I told you so. And I never, ever want to be so angry or so dogmatic or so playing God in somebody else's life, thinking I know what's best for them, that I lose my relationship with them, because this person is a beautiful person, and they're creative and they're vibrant and they're smart, and I trust them to make the best decisions for their life wherever they're at that time. So if you get something out of this story, if it's helpful to you, fantastic. But when I witness things in the tapering community, it hurts my heart. And I guess the call to action, if there's a call to action, is try to be balanced. Try to see the different perspectives and viewpoints and experiences. I know the sensational stuff is whatever, right? I know the sensational stuff grabs you. I know the anger grabs you. I know the righteous anger grabs you. But how long are you going to stay there? Don't stay beyond the point of it being of service to you. Don't stay beyond the point of it being of value. I guess, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Thanks for listening.